絶対に行くよ。あなたのいる時代へ。
Here she is. The operative who has been fighting alongside us since the game's launch is finally getting her spotlight. Not only are we getting a canon Covenant event in this half anniversary, but she is also able to achieve her dream of becoming a magical girl. So yeah, it feels like we are marrying two waifu at once. As for your information, the Covenant in Snowbreak is canon to the story, so from now on, since in this version we are marrying two waifus, which is ACACIA and Marianne, they will be officially become Adjutant's wife in the main story, in the base or anywhere. You can even enjoy the wedding ceremony by purchasing the interactive scene. Very interactable indeed. My only hope is that Adjutant can grow more fingers to wear more rings. ACACIA CHRONO Echo is our first ever character that really bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah, I know Haru also does, but she still at least carries a pistol or assault rifle, while ACACIA is a different kind. However, even though she is a skill DPS, her normal shot damage is still counted as a ballistic damage, but cannot deal critical damage just like how crossbow does. Additionally, she also has a fixed fire rate, so if ACACIA receives fire rate buff, crit rate, or crit damage amplifier buff, all of them will be converted into ballistic damage buff for ACACIA. In her default state, ACACIA Flying Sword has two modes, Disperse mode and Focus mode. When ACACIA is in Disperse mode, after her normal shot hit a target, she will launch the Flying Sword targeting 4 nearby enemies, which can also increase the phase energy, disgage, by 1 point for each enemy hit by the Flying Sword. On the other hand, after using her standard skill, ACACIA switches her Flying Sword from Disperse to Focus mode. In this mode, all of her Flying Sword will only target the enemy hit by her normal shot, which can instantly gain 4 phase energy if all of the Flying Sword hit a target. So the difference between each of the mode is obvious. Disperse mode is specialized for attacking multiple enemies, while Focus mode is specialized for attacking single target. However, because we need to charge the phase energy as quickly as possible, only use Disperse mode when there are 4 or more enemies present on the field. After this gauge is fully charged, ACACIA can use her ultimate skill to enter the Awakened state, which also change her normal shot, standard skill, and ultimate skill. In Awakened state, ACACIA's standard skill become dealing AoE damage to up to 10 targets in front. When ACACIA's normal shot hit a target, it applies time scar to the target hit that's shown by this symbol stacking up to 3 stacks. Hitting a target that has 3 stacks with her standard skill will consume all the stacks to increase the standard skill final damage to the target by 100%. Then ACACIA will receive 3 stacks of Radiant Tide, which can stack up to 6 stacks. After ACACIA has 6 stacks of Radiant Tide, long press her standard skill to consume all the Radiant Tide stacks and unleash the Slash Beyond Time attack, which deal AoE damage to up to 10 enemies in front. Our priority during her Awakened state remains the same as her default state, which is charging the phase energy gauge as quickly as possible. However, this time it requires 36 stacks. When ACACIA has phase energy, she can use her ultimate skill again to consume all the phase energy and deal a massive AoE damage to up to 5 nearby targets, and then return to her default state. This massive ultimate skill damage will increase based on how many stacks her phase energy are consumed. That's why charging her phase energy as high as possible is really recommended. ACACIA's standard skill first neuronic upgrade can increase the Slash Beyond Time final damage when it hits fewer than 10 targets, while the second upgrade, when in her Awakened state, hitting a target with her shot and standard skill will reduce the standard skill cooldown by 1 second. As for ACACIA's ultimate skill neuronic upgrade, the first upgrade can make ACACIA uninterruptible when performing any attack during her Awakened state, while the second upgrade can refund phase energy based on the amount of phase energy consumed after she used her ultimate skill. After ACACIA uses her support skill, she will call down sword rain on the pad in front. Her first Neuroning upgrade can allow her default state support skill to apply slow effect to the target hit for 3 seconds, while the second upgrade, the number of swords that rain down during her awakened state increases, dealing more hits to the enemies. Lastly, ACACIA's Deiwos Skill can help charge her phase energy when another operative follows-up attack hit a target. Additionally, it can also reduce the final damage taken by ACACIA in her default state by 20% and increase the final damage deals when ACACIA at her awakened state by 20%. For each 100 element index increases ACACIA's attack by 8%. As for ACACIA's gameplay, although ACACIA has many kinds of attack that sounds very confusing, everything will become simple once you see her rotation. When facing a single target, all you need is to start the battle by using ACACIA's standard skill to enter focus mode. Then let her shot 4 times, which consume all the blades and fully charge her phase energy. After that, quickly press her ultimate skill to enter the awakened state. While in awakened state, repeat this rotation for twice time to quickly charge her 36 phase energy. Shot 3 times followed by her standard skill, then repeat that again. When your standard skill button lights up, long press the standard skill, perform that rotation for twice and you will get 36 phase energy. Then press her ultimate skill for the finishing move. If the enemy hasn't been defeated, just repeat the rotation all over again. On the other hand, when facing 4 or more enemies, you don't need to start the battle by using her standard skill. Just start shooting the enemy until you obtain 16 phase energy, then enter her awakened state. And start shooting at the elite enemy while spamming her standard skill. Yep, that's it. Simple and cool, especially when she can transform between 2 states and have a different playstyle. Just don't forget, you can also enjoy her awakened state in the main menu display and operative interface. ACACIA's recommended Logistic squad is Sacred Tree squad. You can get them from the event shop. For the Logistic talent, priority is attack percent and element index. Crit rate and crit damage amplifier talent can only amplify her ballistic damage, while ACACIA is a skill DPS, so it is absolutely not worth it. While for the third talent is kinetic damage. For ACACIA best teammate, since she is a skill main DPS, the first one will be her dedicated super operative, which is Marian Aquila, while the second one is Vidya Celestial Swan. Then followed by Series Rivin, ACACIA Kaguya, Enya Exuvia, Marian Riptide, and Ichula Cup. So her best teammate will be Marian Aquila and Vidya Celestial Swan, or you can replace Marian with Series Rivin since Marian Aquila isn't available yet. Alright, I think that's all about ACACIA CHRONO Echo. So if you haven't tried SnowbreakContainmentZone yet, this version is really a good time to join the fun. Not only we are marrying 2 of these beautiful waifus, but there are also a plenty of rewards available, such as free Marian Aquila and a free SSR operative selector box. Additionally, every version will always give you 1 free operative, including 1 set of her recommended Logistic squad, so you can easily collect every waifu and make your base merrier and fun, since there are plenty of mini-games you can play with your waifu in the base. If you are a new player joining in this version, you can accumulate a total of 130 pulls from the login event, event shop, event rewards, playing the main story, and completing the beginner quest. Additionally, you will also receive an SSR character and weapon plus 3 of these free outfits. So don't miss out on this half anniversary celebration. You can join the fun by downloading SnowbreakContainmentZone from the QR code or by clicking the link in this video's description. Thank you for watching, see you next time, cheers!